Hey, what's going on, family? Welcome to your Monday night live stream. I am your host, Sir Ashley. And on this channel, we talk about real estate and the Carolinas, and we dabble in some money as well. And we bring this to you every single week just so you know what's happening in the general Charlotte market, but also in the world of real estate and finance. And it is and has been a hectic news week, and we want to present that to you, and so you can better position yourself when you're looking to buy, sell, or invest. Now, I have with me a couple of my colleagues and partners. Let me introduce you first to Shauntay. Can you introduce yourself? You've been here before, so I'm sure they know
Right.
you, but introduce yourself.
Shauntay Cloud. I've been in real estate for 6 years and servicing North Carolina and South Carolina. And thank you for
Perfect,
having me
perfect.
again.
Oh, most definitely. Now, as you come in, write in the comment section where you're watching from. Also, hit that like button and leave a comment. Any questions that you have, we have a template of what you want to talk about, a game plan, a roadmap, but we're willing to deviate based on what you want to talk about. So just let us know. And I have my brother Zen. How you doing, Zen?
Hey, what's going on, sir?
Doing well, doing well. Introduce yourself to everyone,
Yes,
please.
sir. My name is Zen Benitez. I've been in real estate just as long as Shauntay. We were actually in real estate school together. I don't know if you knew that.
No, I didn't
Um,
know that.
yeah, we
Yeah.
took it together, um, and didn't work together at all until lifestyle. So
Hmm.
so far so good.
Perfect, perfect.
But
Yep.
Well,
yeah, known sir for what's it now, sir? How long have we known each other?
it's been a few years.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's been a
very
few
very
years.
long, tumultuous years. No, but we've had a lot of fun together. And
No, most
sir,
definitely.
thank you so much for taking us under your wing. We
Oh
appreciate you,
no,
man.
Hmm.
no.
Hmm.
Zen, if we're being honest right now, I'm licensed both North and South Carolina. Zen has been like the steering boat for South Carolina because I did a lot of transactions in North Carolina, but then I became a South Carolina resident, and I'm like, it's similar, but it's not exactly the same,
Right.
right? But Zen
Hmm.
has definitely helped out and has guided the way. So thank you, brother.
Thank you.
Well, first, I wanted to one, what's going on, Elevate? Thank you for tuning in. Most definitely appreciate it. Where are you watching from? Where are you tuning in from? And also, feel free, everybody out there, leave comments. Let us know where you're watching from. First, I want to touch on, well, one, I'm trying to think. I'm like all over the place. The news has me like going topsy turvy and everywhere, every which way. But first, let's stay in Charlotte. Let's stay in this area before talking about national news and what's happening and pricing and all that stuff. I want to touch on rents, Charlotte rents, and I have an article I want to pull up. Give me 1 second. This is where, there we go, where it says Charlotte rents fell 0.1% this month for January 2025. Now, some people may see this and think that, okay, rents are falling and they are perfectly fine waiting, thinking that, rents is going to come down. But when you see that, or we saw this article, Shauntay, what did you think?
It'll be back up in no time.
Most definitely. I thought the same thing because, I mean, it's January, right? So they took
Hmm.
this in December, right? Or January, December. And during that time is when, you have all these incentives going on. It's not the prime time where people are moving, right?
Hmm.
Just like home prices toward the end of the year, the winter comes down because there's less competition on the market. So they have to be competitive.
Hmm.
Zen, what say you?
I think it's partially the amount of construction that they've done in Charlotte recently. There's been a lot of development. A lot
Mhm.
of it has been geared towards rental communities, and I think they might be outpacing the amount of people actually moving down here. To be honest,
You do
again,
make
it's
a
going to pick back up, but
yeah.
Hmm.
it's getting a little bit out of hand. just a
No,
tad.
you make a valid point, and I don't know why I didn't think about it. Are the this is where I think the divergence is. If you're looking for an apartment, I think rents are gonna either level off or come down slightly, because like you said, Zen, the amount of inventory available in apartments, right? Everywhere you go down South Boulevard, everywhere, every corner of Charlotte, up north, even out west, you see apartment buildings or apartment complexes being built up, and even some single family rent communities, brand new rental communities for single family homes. But I'm thinking for apartment complexes, rents will be the same, if not go down a little bit. But for single family homes, this is just my guess. I'm not for certain. I think single family homes rents will continue to go up simply because there's so much more in demand.
Agreed.
Now it says, I highlighted, rents in Charlotte fell 0.1% in January compared to a 0.2% nationwide. So we're beating the national average as far as we didn't fall as much compared to the rest of the nation. And year over year, rent growth in Charlotte is now down 2.8%, which I'm not sure if you all, if you saw the state of housing in Charlotte by UNCC this past fall. I think it was in December. They said just this, how rent has been down, but they're expecting it to go up come springtime and going on like the rest of 2025, 2026, because the inventory levels is finally like, they're not going to be building anymore. Like everything should be completed by then, right? So that's what they're expecting. What's going on, Anthony? Thank you for tuning in. If you have any questions, feel free, leave a comment. We have Keisha. What's going on, Keisha? Thank you for rocking with us. Vivian and Chris from New Jersey. So one, I owe you a call. Two, we went to Mooresville or Sherrills Ford this past weekend. And Shauntay, we were on a marathon. It was a marathon out there in Sherrills Ford this past weekend. What did you see?
It was.
I went out there thinking of Vivian as far as the homes, the MI homes. That's what initially got my interest out there. But what did you think about those the community and the builders?
It's a large community. All the builders are pretty quality out there. There's plenty of spacing between the house. I liked it.
Yeah. It's going to be a huge community. This is Zen, we're talking about what, Laurelbrook? It had D.R. Horton, and not just, they had D.R. Horton Tradition Series, but then they had the Villages where we learned about, they just incorporated that to where it's almost like their luxury series, to where you can build exactly what you want, get all the top-notch finishes, so they can compete with Eastwood, which is also in that community. Yeah. And then in my homes, we saw a couple of their models, beautiful. And Stanley Martin for the above 55 and older portion of the community.
Not to go off on a tangent, I just wanted to commend Shauntay for being the first person there out of the group.
What did I tell you? No double teaming.
Yeah. No, that was a good thing. Like, you beat everybody there. And and look, it really is newsworthy, everyone. It is newsworthy. She was the first one there. So like when that happens, you have to acknowledge it.
I'm not with y'all too.
That's it. I just want to say that one thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, isn't it crazy how much these communities are building up in the outskirts? We would never see this before.
Most definitely. Most definitely.
You and I moved to Fort Mill, right? At one point. And there was nothing out that way, and now it's like all these sub communities, all these little cities everywhere.
You have Fort Mill, and then TGK is booming. I don't know if you saw the plans for the downtown TGK that was released a couple weeks ago. I think.
Tell me about that.
I haven't seen that.
Oh man, it's gonna be. I can pull it up. Well, I'll disappear for a second while I'm talking and pull it up. But it's going to. What I saw was Birkdale on steroids.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I saw Berkeley. It's like behind where the Walmart is, all that acreage back there. So it's going to be beautiful. And then obviously you have Indian land right there.
Right.
Yeah, no,
Mhm.
it's
They're
going to
getting
be
a
beautiful.
Costco.
I'll pull it up.
Yeah, they're getting a
Costco.
Costco in Indian land. It's big
I
news.
It is huge news. Actually, I had a buyer build out there, huge home, $1 million home, basement and everything. The only thing they were concerned about, literally, they don't have any kids, was there's going to be a Costco in a couple years. That's all they were hyped about. They're like, it's going to be a Costco. We saw what, Indian Land Now or something like that. It's going to be a Costco. They're so excited.
Mhm.
Vivian, you said you're interested in the Eastwood commute portion of Laurelbrook. Beautiful homes. I will send you. I haven't uploaded them. I have. How many homes did you think we saw this past weekend, this Saturday?
It was a lot. I got a lot of steps in.
I say at least 10, right? Maybe. Is that underselling it?
That's under.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So we have a lot of footage that we're going to be putting out, and I'll send you some Vivian, so you can take a look at. But no, beautiful product. Eastwood, I like all of the builders in there, but if you just ask me, like the Goldilocks builder in that community right now is the DR Horton portion where you can build your own, and then the MI homes, because you get like right in that sweet spot. Because while I love Eastwood, they're at the top in that community. And one of the reasons why you buy in a large community, especially new construction, is so you can take advantage of all the equity that you're going to get. Obviously, the area, the taxes, all that is good. But if you already buy one of the ones at the top, you're not going to get as much equity. But obviously, if that's what we want, that's what you're going to get. I know Chris well enough, Vivian. If you want the Eastwood, then you're going to get the Eastwood. So, what do you think, Zen, regarding when you're buying in a new home community, equity, multiple builders? What should we look for?
Yeah, I'm actually on my fourth new construction now, thank God. But I always go for the new construction, just because, and I try to get in there at the beginning phases because by the time that the community is done, however many phases they have, 4, 5, 6, you're going to have instant equity. Builders will always have a set amount of homes that they sell before they up the price.
Yep.
So it's going to go up regardless of how the market is doing. They don't go down. They're still going to go up by the time they finish out that project. And, from a maintenance standpoint, I'm a city kid. Contrary to popular belief, I'm not very handy. So I like to have a newer construction so I can take advantage of the warranties and call the supervisor and like, hey, listen, this is wrong. Whereas you buy a resale, of course, they're great homes, they have character and what have you. But at the end of the day, you're kind of on the hook for any and all which repairs that come up.
Yeah, no, I agree. So the warranties, well, you mentioned warranties, new construction. What I love about it is the appliance warranty as well. All right, if you get in and then you register your appliances within 30 to 60 days, depending
I
on the
always
appliance.
forget to register them until I need them, and then I'm like,
you can extend that year warranty to, in some cases, 5 years. When it comes to the HVAC system or something like that unit, sometimes it's 10 years, depending with the extended warranty.
at the very least, parts, right? Which can
exactly
become very hefty.
Yep. So Vivian asks, hold on. Are homes built or will we need to wait to build? No, they're doing both. So you can build one like from the ground up, but they also have inventory or spec homes that are ready. We actually walked in a few of them that are nice, and
Bright
there
and
was
airy.
one. Yeah, there was one. I can't even think of the floor plan right now. I don't know the floor plan. I can't think of it. The one with the 2-story foyer.
Oh yeah,
Or,
that was
or
beautiful.
2-story great room.
What builder?
Eastwood.
Eastwood. Okay.
Eastwood. You come in, you have a little foyer area, but then you walk, and then it just opens up. It's cavernous in the living room, and then
Do you know if DR is doing the Isabella over that way?
I don't believe so. Not that community.
Oh man,
I think they're doing that. No, I'm familiar with that one, but that one and the Woodrow. Shauntay first saw the Woodrow. I don't know if this is your first time, but I showed you the
Yeah, that
Woodrow
was my
this
first
past
time
weekend.
seeing the Woodrow.
The
Yeah.
two-floor foyer,
it's,
right? Yeah,
it's beautiful. It's
it
beautiful.
is nice.
Roniel, thank you for rocking with us.
Hey, Ronnie.
Let's go back to just talking about rents briefly, real quick. Finish up here, making sure I have it. There we go. So,
did you get your tickets to the Savannah Bananas?
Say that again.
Did you get your tickets to the Savannah Bananas? That's how.
Oh, no. Median rent in Charlotte, $1,200 for a 1-bedroom, almost $1,400 for a 2-bedroom. Citywide apartment vacancy rate stands at 8.4%. I don't know. These well, I'm usually looking at like 3 bedrooms for people or above, but do those rent prices look accurate?
I think so.
For Charlotte?
Yeah, nowadays, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Again, we got kind of spoiled with lower pricing, but I feel like it's getting towards those bigger city rates.
Yeah, I actually feel like it's kind of low, but.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
That's because you're bougie.
Here we go.
All right. So I want to talk about growth real quick. Charlotte now is the 3rd fastest growing metro in America with 117 residents moving here daily.
Mm.
That was articles from January 28th. And again, this just goes to the people that thinking, prices are going to remain stagnant. And based on just the people coming in, don't get swayed thinking that, see prices maybe going down a little bit during the winter months, thinking that, okay, no, we're going to crash or something like that. That's not the case. It's not the case at all. Give it till March, April, May, and you will see pricing. Well, we start seeing creeping up right now in February too. But March, April, May, you'll see pricing really starting to take off. Mm-hmm. I have a mortgage broker keep blowing me up, which is a good thing, but I am on a live stream. I'm on a live stream right now, so I apologize.
I think last year we had the same trend that you're speaking of, right, sir?
Yes. Yep.
It did exactly the same thing with the higher rates. We didn't think that. Well, you knew. I didn't, because obviously you study this a lot more than anybody I've ever met in my life, which is great. But you saw that coming, and you were absolutely right. It did exactly what you said.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, we had higher rates, but there was still that constant competition to get into a home, and it kind of inflated things, kind of made it where you had to be on your feet to get into these houses.
Now, I haven't had any drinks in a while. I'm debating on making this like a Monday wine chat, but the reason why I'm debating is because my partner Shauntay is just is already sipping. Tell us what are you drinking? What are you drinking tonight?
A good old Chardonnay.
Okay, very nice. I'm a little jealous. Zen, we got to make sure we have some stuff here in the office.
I can barely behave myself completely sober. I don't think I want to take part in that.
I'm with you on that. Now, granted, I've had one drink for my birthday in the last 110 days almost now.
Happy birthday!
Thank you.
Big move.
I'm learning about different mocktails, which I'm like, it's not.
I mean, if you're gonna have the calories, might as well have the alcohol to go with it. That's it. I'm not. Get a mocktail, I might as well get a little buzz out of it.
True. I wasn't really worried about the alcohol, but it was. Well, no, I was worried about the alcohol, not the calories, but because the one day I had it in the last 100 and ever days, I felt awful the next day, and I really only had like a drink and a half. And if you know me, the old me, that was starting, right?
You gotta build your tolerance back up. That's all it is.
That's what it was. He was trying to drink the old drink and a half.
It's all good. Let's go have a good
shot.
You talk about Zen, you talk about snobs. You got one right here, Roniel.
Yeah, Ronnie.
Yeah, she doesn't like my water choice.
Drink Evian.
Yeah.
Ronnie, what do you drink? What's your drink of choice?
What's going on, Teresa? Thank you for rocking with us. Thank you for tuning in. Vivian, did you see the 2-story living room? It's in Raleigh. I have not. Send it to me. We have a lot of the same builders. Now, Raleigh does have Dree. It's Drees or Dree, Drees. So Drees, an excellent builder in the Raleigh area. I wish they were here. I'm trying to think who can I compare them to in the Charlotte area. It's Zen, Shauntay. I would compare him to Empire and Shea, but
Okay.
even a step up.
Nice.
Like, but it's not
Okay.
like I'm trying to think what's a step up over Empire and Shea. It's not JP Orleans good, but it's just below JP Orleans and Empire and Shea, in between there. Here we go. Le Bleu. I've never even heard of that water.
I get that at the airport.
Everybody at the airport.
If you purchase a home that's 15, 20 years old, is it better purchasing a new build?
So
if you purchase a home that's...
I'm going to backtrack on what I said about new construction because I love it so much. But again, you get that character in the home that's a little bit older, and you're probably dealing with more acreage. Now these homes are limited when it comes to the space, right? You kind of see into your neighbor's bathroom when you walk outside, whereas before you would have a little bit more space between them. So, I mean, there's pros and cons for everything. Also, with the actual builds, I feel like there was more variance back in the day, whereas now you can kind of duplicate the same floor plan or very similar floor plans from one builder to another. Because it's a smart thing to do. At the end of the day, they're in a business.
That is very true.
They have to get these turned out.
That is very true. A lot of the builders have, like, they name them different things, but it literally, especially your single story, your ranch style homes, all of them look the same. You like the floor plan, the layout. You go in to the right or left, you have 2 bedrooms with a bathroom in between. It might be a Jack and Jill, it may not, but a full bathroom in between. You have a foyer, and depending on the size of it, you may have a flex space and a half bath, right? And then it opens up to the living room, dining room area, and then toward the back of the home, you have the owner's suite. Right, every single ranch, that's what you're going to get, pretty much. I would say that's about 85 to 90% of ranches, no matter the builder.
And they sell, right? So at the end of the day, it's not broken, they're not going to fix it.
And
no, I definitely did resale, and I used to like new construction too. And my home is 20 years old, but I wanted mature trees and not to see in my neighbor's backyard or in their windows. So that's why we went that route. Now, true, we have to take on the cost of upgrades and certain things that, new construction is already set.
And she has a pool that she hasn't invited us to.
She has a pool that she has not you're holding out on us. Like, we are your family. Like,
Are you? The way you are throwing me?
I like to believe so. I like to believe that.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
Like,
y'all are my little brothers. That's true.
That's why you bully you. Duh.
Hold on. We got back to the article. Charlotte itself has just over 900,000 residents and maintains a steady 1.3% annual growth rate. And this reason why is the lower cost of living and job opportunities. And I can attest to that. A lot of people are coming. Sorry, I was reading it. I didn't put it in there, but a lot of people are coming to the area due to the different employment opportunities, right? Charlotte isn't relying on just one industry. Obviously, we have banking, we have healthcare, energy. So it really is a spectrum. It brings a very diverse workforce.
What is it? Six Flags bought out Carowinds. Now their headquarters are going to be right down the street. So that's a lot of people coming this way from them.
A lot of people from Amazon right now with going back to work. They've given people options, opportunity, or choose where they want to go. And a lot of people are choosing the Charlotte region compared to being out west or in Texas. So bringing more people from Amazon and different tech companies.
Yeah.
Oh, and I mentioned last week that I have an RSU video, Elevate. Check it out. It is. I should be getting it. I should have gotten it back from the editor last week, but I'll take the blame for it. I should be getting it back some in the next coming days. So I'll be putting it out about RSU, restricted stock units, and for the different tech employees coming to the Charlotte area or just the Carolinas and wanting to buy a home, but they have RSU income. And a lot of the mortgage companies or lenders in this area just aren't familiar with dealing with that income. So I did a video explaining it, and then you can reach out to us so we can put you in contact with the right lender, and then obviously use us as realtors as well. Before I go on, Rayel asks, can you speak about Profile Homes, good builder? Why are y'all so quiet? Oh man, the silence spoke volumes.
Go ahead, Zen.
No, it's all you. Go ahead, Shauntay.
So I will say this: historically, they're not my top 5 or 10 builders historically. I have gone to a Profile Homes community recently in Stanley, and Profile Homes, when we talk about having cookie cutter floor plans, they've had the same floor plans for the last at least 7-8 years in their townhomes. Now they do have a new one that has like a 2-story foyer and like a side entrance similar to Mattamy, but historically they have some challenges. But I've had somebody go in there recently over the past 2 years, and again, it's our job to just give you what we know as the truth and let you determine what you want to do with it. We're not going to steer you away from any builder or anybody like that. But if you ask us, as your agent, we are obligated to tell you the truth, right? We're looking out for your best interest. We're your agent. So, but my client that did buy there, haven't had an issue at all. Loves it. It's actually a community in North Charlotte over by the university, townhouse community. So, and actually he didn't even buy brand new. He bought it when it was like almost a year old. So he hasn't had any issues with it. He's loving it. And he actually moved here from Texas. Now, Profile is, if you're budget conscious and want to get on the property ladder, they're priced very well. Now, granted, you have to factor in the HOA costs and all that, but the townhouse itself is priced very well. Rayel heard your silence. It's my boy Mac from East. Everybody enjoyed the pause in there. Since we're talking about it, we talk about builders, right, and just the quality and everything like that. I have to say, no builder is perfect. If you build enough homes, you're gonna mess up. Like, it's just it's a numbers game, and homes are built by humans, right? So when we talk about historically, and when I talk about Profile Homes, I'm talking about in this area. I can't speak aside from the Charlotte region. They may be great in Raleigh or wherever else they may be. I only can speak to this area. When I have hesitation about a builder and say they had some challenges, I'm talking about work over several communities and the materials in which they use. Not all building materials are created equal, right? They're very budget conscious and very affordable. So you don't expect high-end materials, right? So you have to, and typically, if you're budget conscious, don't expect that master carpenter that's going to be working on Empire homes. You're not going to get the same level of detail and quality as far as even the work. So that's what I mean.
Good save.
I'm trying. Where else are we? Rob Horton. Charlotte continues its dynamic growth, building on the momentum we've seen year after year. Most definitely. Looking to 2029, Charlotte is expected to see ongoing population growth, more jobs, and expanded access to skill development. There's an article, last week, Charlotte is expected to, 2050, like double in size, just about.
Double.
Yeah.
I believe it.
Now let's talk about the uncomfortable things. The making sure I'm live and I have it sharing at the stage where it says, so we talked about rent. Let's talk about tariffs. How businesses in the Carolinas are bracing for the potential impact from tariffs. Now, obviously, we talk about real estate on this channel in the Charlotte area. And even without even talking about the businesses per se, just talk about, what do you think the tariffs, what kind of impact do you think it'll have on the housing market?
So I actually had a client call me today and asked me this question exactly. And as much as I'd like to have a crystal ball and have the answers, I don't have them.
Yeah.
Will it affect it? Yes. Hopefully it doesn't get to that point. Hopefully they can strike a deal on both sides, regardless of the country that we're working with, to try to avoid, these excess tariffs before it gets out of hand. Because at the end of the day, it's going to hurt the consumer more than it's going to benefit. At least that's my opinion. It doesn't.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I did see before jumping on that they have a 30-day moratorium pause with Canada and Mexico. They both reached agreements in Canada, I believe. They both reached agreements. So, I mean, Grant, this is one of those things to where I'm seeing the chess moves. I don't see the whole board. So it's hard for me to, on his face, awful, right? But I don't see the whole chessboard, right? So I don't know what kind of leverage, if this is going to cause things to get better, get worse. I'm not sure exactly. We don't know how it's going to play out. But I can say that, he was in office before and there was tariffs, right? And that caused different building materials and supplies to go up in price. So if that's the case, then yes. And the companies are only going to pass that cost on to the consumer, like you said, Zen. So it's going to make things more expensive. And I know we're talking about housing and stuff, but I want everyone to be very conscious of their spending right now, because as things get higher and more costly, just be aware, and you might need to pull back a little bit. And because it's uncertainty in the market, I want to make sure you're not stuck in an unfortunate position, right?
Right. You give yourself some leverage, right? Don't overextend.
So the fees of 25% from Canada and Mexican goods, and then 10% for Chinese goods, I didn't see will take effect Tuesday. I don't know if they came to an agreement with China, but I did see something like a pause for both Canada and Mexico.
Okay, awesome.
Now, one thing so we have a rundown before we jump online, some articles we're going to touch on and everything. Before we get to the most salacious part of this live stream, I do want to talk about this one right here. And I did not get a chance to send this to you all. And I don't even know if I can pull it up. Hold on. Is it not letting me? All right, I'll mess around with it. It's the CFPB, there we go. CFPB is the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, and it was enacted in 2008. I'm trying to pull it up here so everybody knows what I'm talking about. But it's not letting me. at the stage.
Mhm.
All right, having technical difficulties. Hold on. Present. Sorry, audience.
You're fine.
How you feeling, Shauntay?
Good.
I like how you decorated. It looks very nice.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Does your husband has his own office as well, or do you guys share that space?
He does. And
Yeah.
now he has his own office downstairs. Since he's IT and he doesn't do all the paper, he gets at the front of the house.
Yeah. What is his? I'm assuming he doesn't have flowers and white furniture.
It's very executive, very blah.
Blah.
Blah. It's lots of wood.
All right. So here we are. I have it pulled up now, and it says the agency was created in 2008 financial crisis to protect consumers, regulate and enforce the rules on mortgages and other consumer financial products. It has fined companies, including Freedom Mortgage, for bad practices, including illegal kickbacks. Let's see if I can highlight this. Through the end of January, its actions resulted in $5 billion in civil money penalties. So this this agency is designed to protect consumers
Mm.
from predatory lending, bad practices, and whatnot. And here we are. They were told to freeze all activity, and that will have a drastic impact on housing. The pause in the activity at the CFPB could have implications for some segments of the real estate industry, as well as consumers seeking mortgages and other house-related loans. So we talk about not knowing and being uncertain as far as what's going to happen with the market. If people can't get a loan, right? If you can't get a loan, or you don't have faith in believing that you're protected from bad actors, which I know we want to live in a kumbaya world, there are people that want to take advantage of others, as we saw with the great financial crisis. And this is why this was implemented. But the president's actions causes it to be paused. So that raises a level of concern for me as far as what's going to happen moving forward. Right? Hopefully this gets worked out in short order. But if it doesn't, those people on the margins, right? The people on the margins is what I'm concerned with. If you have good credit, make over six figures, you're going to be fine, right? Low debt to income, you're going to be fine. But if you're not financially savvy, if your credit is not the best, if you don't have that income, I'm trying to think of the word right now. I can't think of the word. I just went blank. The income, it's not because you're ignorant. It's just nobody taught you. You weren't made aware, right? And without programs like this, there's nobody to protect you, to make sure that the people that are very aware of what's going on, to look out for you, and make everybody play on the level playing field.
Yeah. On the other end, someone that might be financially savvy but doesn't have the income, like you said, depends on these type of loans
Programs.
exactly, to be able to afford it. Again, they have everything calculated, and once they're in there, they'd be able to manage it. But you can't get in there if you can't pay to get in there.
Most definitely. So that is one of those things that just again, it's hard to judge single moves on the chessboard without seeing the entire board, but I don't like what I'm seeing, right? I just don't like what I'm seeing.
Right.
Hold on. All right, here we go. Remove that. Now, we talked about tariffs, and one of the reasons why the tariffs were given, why tariffs were being implemented, is to stop the spread of illegal migration and the spread of drugs coming in the United States, right, across the border. Well, hold on, I'm trying to. Hopefully, this pulls up for me because I've been having trouble with presenting.
With all your links.
Yes. It's not. I'm failing. I am failing everyone tonight. I apologize.
No, you're not.
Here we go. All right.
Is it coming up?
Yeah, here we go.
All right.
Perfect. Chester County's largest fentanyl bust in history. Enough to kill over 800,000 people.
Wow.
Yes.
So yeah, what trafficking? This happened on just January 31st. It's weird seeing 2025 written right here. Chester County, for those of you unaware, Chester County is just what? You have York, and then it's below York, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's just below York. And the operation resulted in the seizure of 1,700 grams of fentanyl, 87 grams of crack cocaine, 2 pounds of marijuana, 91,000 in cash, and 2 vehicles. So
good haul.
Yeah.
Did you say that's it?
Good haul.
Only 2 vehicles out of all that?
So, but I mean, so I get, we do want to stop the spread of illegal drugs and whatnot in the country, right? So this right here just coincides with what tariffs are supposed to be implemented on Tuesday, tomorrow. So I get it, but Chester, of all places, I would have thought it would have been, I was going to say Gaston County, maybe.
They're pretty similar.
Yeah, Gaston County.
They're very similar.
Chester is very rural. So, got all that open land. I could see it. Lots of hiding places.
Okay.
Hold on, we got some questions here. Saying, why the lady keep laughing?
No.
Too much wine.
I will let you know that Shauntay is.
I'm a goofball.
Yeah, she has a funny bone regardless. So
it's not the wine. It's not the wine.
No.
That is funny. You need to pass the wine this way.
Right.
Sorry, I'm trying to. Man, there's no real. I'm over here thinking about the setup. I'm like, I have it set up to where I can look at the screen, but then I couldn't pull up the articles and all that. It'll come.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fentanyl is probably the worst thing that happened to this country since crack cocaine in the 80s. Man, it's pretty bad. Yeah. And all these and ODing, it's nasty work.
No, it is. It is actually. It's impacted my family closely. So it's not. It's definitely something that is just catastrophic, and it's like laced in so much stuff, right? Where you don't even know. A lot of times you don't even know that it's in there.
Yeah.
Right. But any comments out there? Anything you want to talk about? It says straight lace ENT, NC sucks. They won't even legalize weed because they're too busy locking people up for it. Yeah. No, I mean, I want to say eventually, but we are in the South, so I just don't know.
Yeah.
Like part of me wants to say eventually, like just based on society and everything, but you don't know. Like right now,
how many states are legalized in at this point? Do you have any idea?
I'm not sure exactly. not sure exactly. You have obviously out west. You have New York. You have DC. Well, DC is not a state, but DC. It's not legal in Florida, is it?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. Everybody that has gotten any kind of weed charge needs to criminal record needs to be expunged, in my opinion.
That's true.
As a former criminal defense attorney, I think it just
Once
needs
it
to
is
be wiped
realized,
out.
assuming that it's gonna be wiped out retroactively anyway, or would you have to go about getting it taken care of?
I mean, let's just be honest here. Like, if we're going to talk about it, we have a convicted felon in the White House, right? So, regardless of whatever, right? Regardless of your position or stance, if you can hold that office, you should be able to get an apartment for being locked up for drugs, right? So,
yeah, take it off job applications.
Exactly. Raniel says 24 states is legal for recreation use, 39 states for medical. So it really is just probably
just the South.
Just the South. Right?
Yeah, it's 24 states and the District of Columbia.
Yeah.
Wow.
Somebody wants to say Trump is not a convicted felon. He's not? How? Since when?
You get a pardon. You get a pardon.
Previous could have been brought up on war crimes, most definitely. So this is. I didn't mean to ruffle any feathers. This is not a political podcast or show. Now we can talk about it off camera. I'd love to talk about it, but it's not the time or place for it. I was just stating that communities have been devastated by people being locked up for drug possession and having felonies. Right. Whereas
nonviolent offenses.
And other offenses as well. Whereas you have somebody has the highest office in the world, in our country, that's been convicted, found guilty by his peers. So that's not for me. That's not for me to judge.
Your facts.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Fentanyl.
It is one of those things to where, again, I don't know exactly how to keep it out of the country, but one of the ways, obviously, he's going about it tariffing and keeping tariffing those countries and making sure things can't cross the border. So I get it.
If there's no consumers to be had, then there's no fentanyl to be brought. So you kind of have to address it at its root issue at the end of the day. And I don't feel like that's solving anything, honestly, but it's my opinion.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you. And so what do you all see in the housing market right now to prepare people moving into the spring market? We are in February. January is done with. But I know this is that time. People are going to start getting tax returns back, right? They're going to be in the market to look for a home. What's happening in this market to prepare people? What do you want to tell people to prepare as they move into the spring market to either buy or sell a home?
Yeah, get ahead of the curve, because once we're stuck in the cycle again, you waited just like everybody else, and now you can't get your way. Yeah. Right now is really the best. If you're seriously contemplating making a move, I would definitely pull the trigger.
I agree. I would say act before you think you're ready, because you're never ever going to be completely ready. Right. There's always going to be that second guess, that doubt in the back of your mind. So act before,
right?
Yeah. Act before you think you're ready, because again, the longer we go into the spring season, the more competition and the less leverage you will have as a buyer. Now, as a seller, right now, you should be starting to reach out to us to get your home ready for the market. I have a couple homes going on the market this month in February, and this month, beginning of next month. So this is that time. We want to hit it now because let's say it goes live late February, early March. You have a month of supply at 2.2 months. So you have about 35 days on the market. And then you're under contract for another 30 days. So March, April, May. And you're right in that sweet spot. School is about to end. You're selling your home. You get to move, and the people get to move right into that home. So this is that time when you're thinking about planning and prepping to, if you're selling, now is the time to get things prepped. If you're buying, do so sooner. Because if you wait for the school year to end, you're going to be competing with everyone.
And don't
Barbara,
forget,
thank you for rocking with us.
hey, don't forget you're prepaying your interest on the new property. So if you're worried about having 2 mortgages to deal with, you're going to have that little buffer when it comes to moving into the new place, right?
Yes. Crystal, thank you for tuning in. Now, Crystal is her and her family is absolutely amazing. She said, better late than never, joining from Gastonia. I need to go back and rewatch the first part of this. Good stuff. Thank you for rocking with us. Talking about Eastwood. We were talking about Eastwood homes earlier, and you live in an Eastwood home. I really like Eastwood as a builder. We had a couple questions. There's a community in Sherrills Ford, Laurelbrook, where they're building, and one of the other viewers are interested in Eastwood as a builder. Now, this is risky because I typically only ask questions that I know the answer to. Crystal, would you mind sharing in the comment section your thoughts, how you're liking your home? Because we have somebody interested in Eastwood. So Shauntay, what I know me and Zen were talking. Any tips, things as far as what should people do now heading into the spring?
I definitely agree that you should go ahead and start getting into it before you think you're ready. Right now, you have room to negotiate. Seeing it in certain areas, it's more of a buyer's market than a seller's market.
Yeah.
So you're able to negotiate in more things. Once that market picks up and you have more competition, those things are out the window.
And some of those things we just overlook, like blinds, right? Like that's something that seems like, oh, it's just blinds, but no. Once you look at it, it's $3,000 to $5,000 depending on the size of the home.
Right.
And Crystal, go ahead. I'm sorry, Zen.
Oh, I was just gonna say, back to your point. A lot of people aren't as ready as they might think they are, and on the other end of that, a lot of people are more ready than they actually believe they are. They have their ducks in a row and don't realize that they're actually way ahead of the curve.
And I think one of the mortgage brokers that were contacting me while doing our live stream, it was a client who said they were waiting, looking, and all that. And the mortgage broker hit me up. This was a couple of weeks ago. He's like, they say they're not ready, or they want to wait, but these are the most approved, eligible people I've seen all in the last year and a half, in the past year and a half. So he was excited, and it was just like, everybody, you have to move at your own pace. I get it. But with that said, I don't want you to block your blessing and miss out on opportunities.
100%.
Right. Now we talked about Eastwood homes. I asked Crystal, what does she think? She lives in the Eastwood home. She says, want to make sure everybody can see it. We honestly love it. Great community, and the home has been great to us so far. Nice finishes and attention to detail. Eastwood definitely delivers on that. Talking about population, true, 117 people moving to Charlotte each day in 2025. Majority of said people were likely coming from high cost of living areas, which price out the native population. Unfortunately, that is true. And that is why I tell people, if you've been in this area, if you want to live in a certain area, people are complaining about homes being high now. Well, they waited. They didn't buy when they possibly could have in 2019. And if they wait another 4 or 5 years, they're going to be priced out even more. So if you can get on that ladder now, do so. It may not be your dream home. Nobody buys their dream home the first time, typically, right? And your dream home is going to change even once you move into that quote unquote dream home. Right? Get in there, prices are going to increase, so you might as well capitalize and take advantage of that equity, right? Or I'm going to ask Shauntay and Zen to put out videos regarding the suburbs of Charlotte that are affordable, where people are moving to, up and coming areas. Definitely, I think that's something that is needed with your own insight and just insight into the market, and you can just educate people on the different areas around Charlotte that they may be living in the area, or they may not be living in the area but not familiar with what's happening. I have so many people that live in this area, never heard of Stanley, right? Never heard of Cramerton, never heard of Dallas, or I'm trying to think, they've heard of Albemarle. What's the other little towns up north over by Albemarle and whatnot?
Red Cross.
Locust. Yeah. Yeah, right around there. They never heard of these areas where, no, it's not Charlotte proper. You're going to be 30, in some cases, 35, 40 minutes outside the city center. But we talk about affordability, getting homes in certain parts of those areas, not all of those areas, for under 300,000 or right at 315, 330, with talking about new construction, a 4.99% interest rate. Like, get on the property ladder, because property values around the area are going up. So you might as well take advantage of it. Barbara says, can't wait to buy more properties. You are a woman after my own heart, Barbara. Most definitely. Now, Crystal, I'm picking on you a little bit just because I know you. That's part of our relationship. In Gastonia, you have to do a bit of a commute some days. How has that commute been? Because I have people interested in Gaston County and Gastonia, but they're like, it's too far away. Can you give us your honest assessment on what that commute is like? How is it? And just to share your thoughts and your experiences. Now, while she's doing so, Zen, we live in South Carolina, and it looks closer on the map, right? But depending on the time of day, it might take longer to get to Uptown Charlotte than from Gastonia.
Yeah, depending on the time of day. You're right.
Yeah. And even when you live in Still Creek, when you live in the Palisades, when you have to just South Tryon, in and out, like you might be in traffic for over 45 minutes to get uptown. You might be on traffic 30 minutes just sitting on South Tryon.
Yep.
Right. So please don't
rule those areas out. Yeah.
Sorry, what'd you say, Shauntay?
I just said, don't rule those areas out.
No. Crystal says, well, everything is relative, most definitely. I'm from Atlanta, so the commute is great. The commute here is great. Our average commute time is 25 minutes, but my work is also close to the airport on the west side of Charlotte. Now, if I remember correctly, your commute in Atlanta was over an hour every day. So it is all relative. Here in the Charlotte area, we're spoiled. If it takes me longer than like 15 minutes, most times I'm not going.
I'm not going.
I'm not going. If it takes me more than 15 minutes, I'm not having. But with that said, if we are in any other major city, 15 minutes is a given. Like 20, 30 minutes is a given. Like, it's weird because when I'm in Charlotte, if it takes more than 15 minutes, I'm not going. As soon as I go to DC or LA, like it's going to take 45 minutes to go anywhere. Right. But yet I'm planning ahead, getting ready to go out.
Unless it's food. I'll drive. I'll drive.
Her average commute in Atlanta was an hour and 15 minutes. Yeah, that is, so the 25 minutes is a blessing.
15 minutes a day. That's
one. Well, that's one trip.
That's not 2 hours and 30 minutes a day. That's over 10 hours a week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Philip Rivers used to be from San Diego to LA. I don't know if you remember that.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I didn't know
when
this.
he moved to LA, he didn't want to move the whole family because he has a billion
Oh,
kids.
he has a
So he
football team for a family. Yeah.
bought a tour bus, and he would watch game film on the way to and back
Wow.
from LA. Yeah.
So yeah, wow, cut it. Everywhere in Texas is 30 minutes, most definitely. That's what Raniel says.
Charlotte traffic is cute.
Cute. Cute.
I actually got this. One of my other clients, she actually moved to Salisbury. Her and her mom. She's from the East Coast, but she's living in the West Coast, and she said the same thing. It's cute. Like y'all complain about traffic, but y'all actually are moving the entire time y'all complaining.
Yeah, it's the same thing Ronell said last week.
Yeah. Like y'all complaining, but y'all are moving as you complain. So cut it out. Cut it out.
So Sir used to live in LA. I was born in LA, and we have 30 different highways, 7, 8, 9, 10 lanes, and they're all packed all day long.
Yeah, all day, which I never quite got. Like, why is it packed midday?
I don't know.
Like, why? Like, why? One last thing I want to touch on, if I can get it pulled up. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to. Well, if there's anything you all want to talk about, I know there's something I was supposed to look up. I forgot what that was. Y'all remember?
Some birthdays are coming too quick.
Yeah, I'm tired of the bad news, man. Give me some good news.
Yeah. Well, good news. We talk about LA. We talked about it a little bit. We got Luka Doncic.
Yes, sir.
We got Luka.
Yes, sir. Number 18 in the Raptors coming up soon.
This is. So I just saw an article got updated at 6:01 saying delayed tariffs with Canada were already affecting Charlotte real estate.
Or the wood?
It said the delayed tariffs from Canada was already impacting Charlotte real estate. Hold on, I'm trying to see. I was trying to look for some good news. that did not do it. that didn't make the cut. I apologize. Barbara, thank you. I have a lot of respect for Sir Ashley. I'm learning things I didn't. Many years as a realtor, 69. Barbara, you are amazing, 69 years old. I remember you had a birthday not too long ago. So still happy birthday, happy belated birthday. And thank you for rocking with us. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. I know you're a wealth of knowledge, so thank you. If you have some good news y'all want to share, I'm looking at most news is always bad, the headlines. I really thought that was going to be a good one. The tariff thing. I'm like, oh, the impact is being delayed. No, it's not being delayed. It's saying it's already impacting. So
it's coming.
Yeah.
Shauntay, how can people reach out to you? Your contact information is in the description. Both of your contact information is in the description below. But how can people reach out to you, Shauntay?
Okay. My handle is Realtor Shauntay Cloud on most social media websites. You can also reach out to me at 704-880-5329.
Perfect. Zen, how can people reach out to you?
I'm at Realtor Zen on Instagram. Phone number is 704-737-4577. I am the Spanish-speaking agent in Fort Mill, so if you have anyone that doesn't speak the language, I'd be more than happy to assist, and we'd be more than happy to help you out in any which way. And if you want to talk about the Lakers, Panthers, Dodgers.
Now, Raniel says, I don't know where she got this from, because as soon as I read it, because I was looking for any good news, I went to Mortgage News Daily and I see something else. But this is what she put down there. Said the average mortgage rate is 6.44%, lowest since April 2023. I am not getting that. I am seeing this right here. Hold on. I am at Mortgage News Daily, and I am seeing the average across the nation, 30-year fixed rates at 7.05%.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, because it was 7.1 a little while ago. Let's see. Am I missing something here?
She said, "Oh shoot, the AI people lied to her."
ChatGPT.
Yeah. So, Raya, you're not. I was gonna say we have to learn. We can't rely completely on AI. Everyone, like, don't get. And I say this as I use AI every single day in my
Every
business.
single day. I think I'm talking to an AI avatar of Sir Ashley, actually. Oh, I know.
Every single day. But no.
She tried to get some good news.
Um,
Love you,
other
girl.
things. We have pending home sales pulled back from best levels since April 2023. Home appreciation, the Case Shiller report came out late last week, which, I mean, it's a gold standard, but the data is just old. It's 3 months old. They're talking about November numbers, and we're in February, so that's not helping anybody looking to buy a home right now. But it does say that home appreciation was higher than expected back in November. So now I appreciate both of y'all for rocking with us. Hopefully next time y'all come on, there's some better news.
Yeah, I
It's
feel
not,
like
Yeah,
I'll be back on
it's not
anytime.
you're
drugs,
not coming back on it.
tariffs,
Sarah's gonna make sure
whatnot.
I hack up too much.
Wait, hold. We got some questions. We got thoughts on the next up and coming area neighborhoods in Charlotte, Noda, Plaza, just aren't the same. Thank you for this question. I'm about to put it in here. What say you all as far as the up and coming neighborhoods? I actually have no, I did suburbs. I don't have neighborhoods, but neighborhoods in Charlotte. What do you say as far as what do you think is the next up and coming area?
I wouldn't say like neighborhoods, but just Gastonia is really taking off right now. Some really
Yeah.
nice neighborhoods.
Yeah.
No, I agree with that.
So not South End, but Lower South End is starting to take off because South End is pretty much
Oh,
done.
he said in Charlotte. Sorry.
Yeah, so Lower South End is getting
Oh,
there.
no, he asked about Belmont too. No, I love like Loso. Now I love Loso before it was Loso, when it was just, I don't know, Montford. Yeah, when it was just over there, I absolutely love that area because you have, granted, there's new construction now, but the existing construction was just so well built, and a lot of those homes on one side of the street, depending on which street you're on, has a basement, so you can get more bang for your buck. I really like that area, and it's very diverse too. I like it.
We used to live there when we were newlyweds, and hindsight should have stayed there with the way things blew up there. But I've always liked it over that way.
No, I do. I do like it over there, and you have access to the light rail and everything right there.
Yeah, I used to work uptown, so I used to take the light rail off. What is it, Clanton? Like right around.
Yeah, right there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Belmont area. What do you have to say about the Belmont area, Shauntay and Zen?
What you got, Shauntay?
I'm not familiar with the Belmont area. Yeah.
They're building up a lot. The school system is very nice there, so people tend to gravitate towards it. It's very similar to Gastonia, where your client lives. I guess it's just still being developed in a lot of areas, so there's a lot of people rushing over that way. Plus, you're very close to the lake. You're 10 minutes, 15 minutes to the lake at most. So people like that, and then you have the Catawba River as well. So for people that are attracted to that sort of thing, it works out pretty well. And it still feels like a small community, even though it's getting kind of big.
Now, I really like the Belmont area. Only thing I think is missing, or even know it's missing, is all the conveniences. The shopping centers and whatnot in Belmont don't exist, but you have the convenience as far as the water access. McLean is a very upscale neighborhood right in Belmont. You have the restaurant Drift right there as well. And Seven Oaks is a beautiful townhouse community right in
Oh yeah, I've
Belmont.
seen that.
Is right in Belmont. So yeah, and McLean, they're building Classica is building some homes over in that community for over a million. But I'm trying to think, very custom builders in that area in Belmont. Belmont was slept on. Now it's hard to afford homes in Belmont.
It's like a little niche, right? It's
Yeah.
the way it's situated.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
So, Crystal, question I have for you is when you're getting your real estate license, you have all this information about the area. Come on, I know a good brokerage you can join. Let's go. Crystal says she thinks Cramerton is going to be the next Belmont, cute downtown area, nice schools. Most definitely. I have a client right now who owns a townhome in Cramerton, but she wants to sell. We have the listing paperwork already together, but she will not put her home on the market because only place she's going to move to is in Cramerton, and there's just not a lot of inventory in Cramerton right now. So that's where we're at. But no, people that are in that community love that community and will not leave unless they absolutely have to.
What do you think about Kings Mountain?
I like Kings Mountain. I think there's a lot of opportunity. What is discouraging people is the commute if they have to come into Charlotte, right? But as far as up and coming and being able to take advantage of all the amenities that's going to be taking place around it, the best time to buy in Kings Mountain was probably 2 years ago. The next best time is right now.
Right now.
Yeah. No, Belmont is super cute, but the schools are getting overcrowded because everyone is flocking to that area. Most definitely. I have clients who bought in Belmont a home like in the low threes, and this is not more than 5 years ago, and now it's almost doubled in price. The home. So
yeah, you're talking about McLean. I mean, those houses.
Yes.
400K, 450.
Yep. Now you can't get in there less than 7.
Right.
Isn't
that crazy?
It's insane, and it's not that old. I mean, handful of years.
I should have bought 15 investment properties when I was 15. Jeez.
15.
Because it says sounds like an intense side hustle that I don't have time for. I get it. But the beautiful thing about it is we have agents that literally are just referral agents. Granted, you have to get the license and go through the course and do all that. That is its own beast in and of itself. But if you know people that are moving to the area, and even if you have work colleagues and they're moving, if you're licensed, you can get a referral fee just for connecting us, right? And we'll do all the work. But we can. Not that you want to talk. I'm saying we can talk.
There you go.
She says not sure about Kings Mountain, especially with the casino going in.
I like casino.
Casino.
Yeah. So the other area, so I have a video coming out talking about the up and coming areas here in the Charlotte region that I think will be a good place to buy for first-time home buyers or investors looking for that appreciation long-term for buy and hold. It was, why am I drawing a blank? You had Kannapolis on the chart right now.
They revitalized the whole downtown area, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
You can take advantage of all that, right? You have Kannapolis, and then I put Concord on the list as well. There's parts of Concord that are still developing. You can still see a lot of upside in Concord, and Stanley was on that list simply because many people think Stanley's way out there, but it's really just past Mount Holly. Most people know where Mount Holly is, and Stanley literally is 2 minutes away from Mount Holly. And you get to take advantage of Mount Holly and Belmont, all those downtowns. Now, Stanley does have a nice little downtown, but no, it doesn't have much like amenities downtown or anything like that. But the video should be coming out Video's coming out probably next week because I'm waiting for my RSU video to come out to get that back. But yeah, it's coming. It's coming.
Okay.
But no, thank you all for rocking with us tonight. I know I have to jump on another call at 7. Shauntay, when are you gonna have this YouTube channel for people to watch your stuff?
I'm on it, sir. I'm on it.
I've been telling Sir that I'm going to make the Spanish translation
Yes.
language content for like 2 years. I've yet to make one video. I'll start doing
A
that.
whole 2 years?
2 years.
I'm on it. I'm on it.
2 years. There's a lot of knowledge to be had there, and not everyone, like I said, not everyone speaks the language, so it doesn't hurt to at least have the information out there for anyone that might find it useful. So we'd have to figure that out.
No, but I think like a good video to do, and I may do it, but just so we have, is with the updated contracts in North Carolina and South Carolina, right? I think a video just walking the general public through them, explaining what they mean, what they are, and how this impacts you would be, no, it's not going to get millions of views, but it's one of those videos that needs to be had and to show your value. I think that's something that can be done.
Well, I'll be in the comment section for that one.
Yeah. Well, no, I appreciate both of y'all.
You.
I will see both of you. Well, Zen, I'll see you in like 2 minutes. I'll see both of you at 9 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah.
Shauntay, you hear that? 9 a.m.
Again.
Is it really 9, or are we just telling her 9?
No,
it's really 9. 9.
I should tell her 8:30.
Following up.
7.
No. So we're having a meeting before the meeting.
Okay.
Yeah, meeting before the meeting.
Should I be here at 9?
Yes, 9.
Yeah.
9.
Okay. You 8:30 too.
Yeah, I'm dropping Vince off at 9, so it'll be like 9:15.
Excuses.
I mean, I can leave him to fend for himself. I don't think that's gonna go too well.
No.
But
we need to. Is Keisha still watching? Make sure she hears this. 9 o'clock, Keisha.
Keisha, is she still here?
She's 5 minutes down the road.
Keisha, are you in the room with us?
Oh no, I'm not even gonna say anything. She's been 5 minutes down the road every single time. That doesn't mean she's gonna be here.
You need to repurpose one of the conference rooms and make it Keisha's bedroom, but just let her stay there.
Hey. She's not here to defend herself.
Roniel, 9 o'clock. So whatever y'all got to do from coming up north, deal with the traffic, plan accordingly, put Waze on so you know exactly what traffic you're running into, and come on.
Yeah, drop the girls off and I'll be there.
All right. Well, I'll see you later.
Muchas gracias. Nos vemos.
Thank y'all for rocking with us.
Hasta luego.